So Andrew Schulz is a comedian in the Rogan sphere, and he went on Megyn Kelly's show. And look, you know what's happened with the entire Rogan sphere. It's been a descent into right-wing bullshit, right? Like, Joe Rogan at right now is more akin to a Rush Limbaugh or a Sean Hannity than he is to a Bill Hicks or a George Carlin, right? Like, it just is what it is. He's a right-wing pundit, right-wing talking head. Every fucking podcast he does comes back to the same topics. Oh my God, COVID authoritarianism terrible. Oh my God, wokeness bad. Oh my God, the fucking Democrats. And it's like all the time. Oh, Trump's so funny, bro. He's like a comedian, bro. Which is why I interviewed him and didn't push him hard and endorsed him and jacked him off under the table. And so, look, this is what has happened with these people. And a lot of the other comedians who are in the Rogan sphere sort of followed him down this path. There's some that didn't. Bill Burr, for example, truly is his own man. But Andrew Schulz is one of the ones in the Rogan sphere, and it appears like he sort of agrees with the right-wing pivot of Joe, and he's okay with where that podcast is, right? So anyway, he goes on Megyn Kelly's show and gives us this all-timer moment.
It's like Trump saying we're going to take Greenland. It's kind of fun.
Right.
I like that shit. That's
Gulf of
the
America,
energy
I like it.
Hell yeah. Like, Gulf of America, I don't care. Why was it ever Gulf of Mexico?
I know.
There was a time when people viewed comedy, like the whole point of comedy was about speaking truth to power. Like, hey, the people who run this country, the people who run the economy, the CEOs, the military-industrial complex, like these, that's bad. They're bad. And they make horrible decisions. They don't give a fuck about you or the American people, the bottom 99%. They only care about themselves and money, power, and control. And they make these horrible decisions, and we are going to ruthlessly mock these people, right? Now they've totally inverted that completely, right? What do we do all the time? I don't know. Beat up on the college kid with a septum ring and purple hair and act like they're the biggest problem this country's facing. Beat up on the immigrant, beat up on the trans kid, make fun of these people, punch down 24/7. But when Donald Trump goes out there and threatens to steal Greenland, it's, bro, that's kind of fun, bro. Isn't that so fun to do warmongering and imperialism and colonialism, bro? Isn't that like, ha ha ha, isn't that sort of like a comedian type thing? Yeah, but he's serious. He's not joking. He's not kidding. He's an unhinged lunatic. And he is making threats as the world's most powerful man with the world's most powerful military. Since he's gotten in office, he's threatened Greenland, Denmark, Canada, Panama, Venezuela, Iran, Mexico, says we're going to, quote, own Gaza because he wants to build casinos and hotels on the beach and ethnically cleanse the entire region. We are living through history. And I hate to burst everybody's bubble and, you know, the funsies happening in the comedian circle, but, like, we are a lot closer to Nazi fucking Germany than we are to, like, a developed democracy that gives a shit about human rights. And, like, these people all suffer from the same ailment. They cannot wrap their minds around the fact that, like, it's actually not okay when we do it. Like, what would the reaction be if it was China or it was Iran that repeatedly were warmongering with 8 different countries and throwing their dick around and saying, we're going to invade this one, we're going to steal this one, we're going to take the natural resources from this one, we got our military ready to go, we're going to declare war. If any other country was doing it, everybody would look at it very soberly and would be like, wow, these guys are fucking assholes. These guys are unhinged. The world is not safe with these assholes doing what they're doing. This is sort of unacceptable, right? And a comedian would look at a situation like that and mock them ruthlessly for being completely unhinged and psychotic and extreme and insane and not caring about anybody or anything, right? But Trump does it, and look, let's just call it what it is. They like the vibes. They like Trump's vibes. He's this, like, big, oafish, fucking arrogant asshole, and he feels like, bro, he could chill in the green room at the Comedy Store and he would, like, fit right in, bro. And they like that. But then, like, at the end of the day, let's stop with all the bullshit and just admit you don't give a fuck. You don't give a flying fuck about policy. You don't care about improving people's lives or keeping this fucking country on the tracks, right? Keeping the train on the tracks for the country. You don't care about any of that. And you prioritize the show over anything. Safety, security, economic inequality, justice. Like, just say that part. Come with the fucking disclaimer. Hey, I'm a fucking moron. Hey, I don't care about anything or anybody. I don't care about policy. I don't care about income inequality or wealth inequality. I don't care about climate change. I don't care about making the world a better place. I'm just here for the lulz. And this guy's a fucking psycho, but he makes me laugh, so I like the vibe, so I support him. Just come as advertised, right? Don't hit me with this bullshit, which they do the other half the time, which is like, they pretend like they're intellectuals and they know what they're talking about when it comes to politics. No, you fucking don't.
Why was it ever Gulf of Mexico?
I know. We're so much bigger than they are.
Right? Matter of fact, they could still call it Gulf of Mexico. We don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that's the energy that we need. Americans love abundance.
Yeah.
You need to sell us on abundance.
No, wait, aren't you the guy? You're the one who said this to me, and I've quoted you on it many times on how the moment Trump won you over was when he took the guy from Montenegro by the shoulder, was like, to the back.
Wait, which one?
When he was over at like the G7 or the G18.
I loved it.
And he shoved that guy.
Why am I in the back?
Right.
Why this?
I'm America.
Nobody even understands what this country is, this guy in the front. Move out of the way. I will sit here. And then he did it and everybody got in line. It happens.
So he takes a moment of Trump's like unfettered greed, narcissism, his giant ego, his lust for power and control. He uses that moment as like, I love that. That's great. When did it become popular or cool to be a shitty fucking person, right? And why would you even interpret that they're like walking into the room? Why would you even interpret him being in the middle of the pack or at the back of the pack as like, bro, hurt my ego, bro. Like, I got to get to the front of this bitch. Why would you even think about that? Right? Like, again, I don't know when it became cool, when it became like fun to be a fucking massive, colossal prick. But everybody's gonna find out the hard way now, though. Everybody's gonna find out the hard way. We're already looking at anywhere from 100,000 to 250,000 government jobs that have been completely axed, people's lives ruined. We're looking at the stock market crashing as we talk, happening right now. We're looking at Tesla losing 50% of its value since fucking December. We're looking at 7 different active military threats that Trump is doing all around the world, right? And so everybody's going to learn the hard way. Oh, it's all fun and games and ha ha he he. He's a big arrogant asshole. It's all fun and games until everything's ruined and his approval rating is as low as George W. Bush and we got multiple wars and we got the economy collapsed and Social Security's been cut and Medicare's been cut and Medicaid's been cut and people are struggling. It's all fun and games until the reality sets in that, oh, actually, politics is a serious thing. Right? Like, actually, these things actually matter. It's not just about the lols. Like, these things really matter in, like, at some point, that weird, like, South Park detachment, like, nothing matters, bro. That became like this dominant philosophy among these people, right? And so they latched themselves on to the unhinged narcissistic billionaire and pretended like that made them anti-establishment when they're the biggest fucking dick suckers of the establishment in the country.
That is some like psychotic shit. I don't think I would have the balls to do that. That is some ballsy shit.
Montenegro's in the back, sir.
Bye. See you later. You're all in the back. It doesn't really matter.
Right, everyone.
If I'm giving you money, you're in the back.
Yes.
Are you guys giving me money? So why are you in the front? Right? It's like...
Well, that's part of his, like, weirdly...
It's unbelievably charming.
Charm and humor.
Yeah, it's charming. It's charming and humorous. And I love how there's, like, they're trying to put, like, an edgy veneer on just American exceptionalism. Like, that was the thing. We all shitted on George W. Bush and Dick Cheney for having that mindset. We all made fun of that because it's fucking stupid. Right? You can't say, hey, everybody's equal in the eyes of the law and we treat everybody equally in one breath, which is what we say. That's what democracy is all about. Then in the next breath, be like, and by the way, we're better than everybody else in the world. Right? Like, the American exceptionalism is this, like, mind virus that's infested mostly the older generations in the U.S., but here we have somebody who's relatively young who seemingly believes in it, and it's like, there's nothing cool about that. There's nothing cool. There's nothing edgy. It's just fucking stupid. And, like, to get some lols, let's pick a guy who's a robber baron, billionaire, war criminal, rapist, and don't worry, he'll fix everything. He'll save us. He'll take on the elites, bro. That's one of the things I can't stand the most about the Rogan sphere is this. They have this like conspiratorial mindset where they focus on like, ooh, Jeffrey Epstein. That's it. Let's talk about that fucking all day, every day, which is like, cool, fine. But then when Trump is implicated in Jeffrey Epstein's elite pedophile sex crimes, all of a sudden it's, bro, I didn't see any. Like, what are you talking about? Trump's not part of that at all. Really? We have Michael Wolff on literal audio tape with Jeffrey Epstein where Jeffrey Epstein says, I was Trump's best friend for a decade. You somehow missed that? You missed the part where we learned from Ghislaine Maxwell's Black Book, or Epstein's Black Book, during the Ghislaine Maxwell trial when it was released, that Trump was on his plane 7 times. You missed that? Did you miss the reporting that the first time Melania and Trump had sex was on the Lolita Express, which is Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile jet? Did you miss that? Did you miss the reporting about how Trump would blackmail his friends into letting him fuck their wives? Did you miss that too? Did you miss all the times Trump was saying, like, yeah, I'd release the Epstein files, but actually, I don't know, not so much because, you know, you might get some people, innocent people caught up in that. I don't know if I would release that. Did you see what just happened with the Epstein files where they fake released the Epstein files? They took that same Black Book that was released by Gawker a decade ago, and then they redacted it further and released it pretending like they were releasing the Epstein files. Weird. Why would they do that? It's almost because he's part of the fucking club. He's part of the fucking club. This is all the Alex Jones fucking brain disease where it's like, I'm an establishment outsider. I'm taking them on. I'm anti-elite, bro. I'm going to make sure New World Order, the Illuminati don't win. And then all of your political decisions help the New World Order, help the establishment and the elites, right? You are sucking off the man whose main accomplishment is going to be more war and more tax cuts for billionaires and corporations. Fucking look in the mirror, you dumb fat bitch. Actually, Alex Jones is not fat anymore. Now he's Ozempic Jones. He's as skinny as I am now, right? But you're the problem, dude. You're part of the problem. You are the conspiracy. You're an insider. Joe Rogan, you're an insider. Oh, I'm a comedian with a podcast, and I have on edgy outsiders like J.D. Vance and Donald Trump and Mark Zuckerberg and Peter Thiel and Mark Andreessen and Elon Musk once a fucking month. You are the insiders, right? So that's why I think the House of Cards is coming down for the Rogan sphere now, and why the Midas Touch Network, the anti-Trump podcast, has now eclipsed them. Because it's all too contradictory, right? It all implodes on itself. You're not outsiders. You sucked up to Trump and MAGA and the powerful, right? You're not like, you don't tell truth to power. All of your comedy is built on sucking up to the powerful while shitting on the powerless. So there's like internal contradictions that are in there that cannot be reconciled. But this is such a good example of it. That's why I love this clip. It's such a good example of it. Because how would anybody who gives a shit about anything react like this to Trump warmongering with Greenland, saying we're going to steal it in the same way he said it to Panama? How would any reasonable person react? Would be like, wow, that's pretty fucking crazy. That's pretty fucking crazy. You want to steal Greenland? You want to steal Greenland like we're still in the 1800s and we have old school imperialism and colonialism, not even a veneer of seriousness or human rights or taking care of the world? That's how anybody would react who actually gives a shit about anything and think that things matter and we should make the world a better place. But no, to him, it's like, tee-hee-hee, it's funny. I like it when he does imperialism threats. I love that. I also love it when he fires government workers. I love it when he ruins people's lives. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Well, enjoy that. Congratulations. You're going to own it all when it all goes to shit, which is happening literally right now. You're going to own it all, and I hope everybody remembers. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.